Welcome to the Maximize Business Value podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Mastery Partners, where our mission is to equip business owners to maximize business value so they can transition their business on their terms. Our mission was born from the lessons we've learned from over 100 business transactions, which fuels our desire to share our experiences and wisdom so you can succeed. Now here's your host, CEO Mastery Partners, Tom Bronson.
Hi, and welcome back to Maximize Business Value podcast. I'm your host, Tom Bronson. In today's episode, we're diving into yet another chapter from my book, The Maximize Business Value Playbook, but this time with a little twist. We're switching up our format to bring you high-quality audio directly from the Audible recordings for the remaining chapters. Yes, you can find this book right on Audible. Whether you're tuning in on your morning jog, during your commute, or as you wind down your day, I'm here to help you unlock ways to maximize your business's value. So let's get started and delve into today's chapter. Number 53. Plan for ownership and management transition. By now, you've heard this ad nauseum. Guess what? You're going to hear it again. Every business will eventually transition. Like it or not, we all have a shelf life, and that's ultimately coming our way. And no matter the desired outcome, external sale or internal transition, future managers need to be prepared to run and manage the business. Now, I've never been shy about telling my employees that I will not be the last owner of their business. My goal is to grow the business, maximize value, and ultimately exit the business. Not all business owners are like me, though. Many prefer to hold the cards close to their chest until the day the business sells. And guess what? I think that's a big mistake. It puts the entire burden of preparing the business for sale squarely on the shoulders of the owner, one person. At a minimum, the key employees should know what's going on so they help, and more importantly, understand what happens to them the day after the transition. Savvy business owners know that the future value of the business depends on the key people who run it. So it's important that those people stick around post-transaction. Now, if it's an internal transition to family or existing managers, those key people need to be prepared to run the business as well. Employees may need specific training to lead and properly run the business, which may mean cross-training them in skills that don't come naturally for them. The alternative is hiring people for skills that will depart with the owner. For example, if the owner runs sales and the family member taking over the business has no desire or skill to run sales, perhaps that skill needs to be hired. The same applies to an external sale of the business. A buyer wants to know that the people remaining after the transaction are prepared to carry on the business's mission. An external buyer wants to make sure that the business can continue without interruption. So my MBV actions here. Number 1, make sure that the management team is prepared to handle day-to-day functions of the business. Number 2, recognize gaps in capabilities and train staff to run the business. Number 3, listen to the Maximize Business Value podcast, episode number 87 on succession planning on Apple, Google, Stitcher, or wherever you find your podcasts, and you can get them now at Audible. Well, thanks for joining me for another episode of the Maximize Business Value podcast. I hope today's chapter sparks some new ideas on how you can continue to drive value in your business. Remember, it's not just about listening and learning, it's about taking action. So visit our website for lots more free resources. Grab your Maximize Business Value Playbook and all of my other releases on Amazon and now on Audible via the links below. And don't hesitate to reach out if you want to discuss how you can apply these concepts in your business. I'm anxious to talk to you. Until next time, I'm Tom Bronson, reminding you to relentlessly execute every day and do it while you maximize business value.
Thank you for tuning into the Maximize Business Value podcast with Tom Bronson. This podcast is brought to you by Mastery Partners, where our mission is to equip business owners to maximize business value so they can transition on their terms. Learn more on how to build long-term sustainable business value and get free value-building tools by visiting our website, www.masterypartners.com. That's master with a Y, masterypartners.com. Check it out.
That was perfect. I wouldn't make any changes on that.